Hey everyone, Jill and Charlie from Simple Machines back with another AI focused segment. Now that all the AI gold rush dust has settled from all of the announcements at HubSpot's inbound conference last month, we started taking a look at a lot of the AI features and AI agents and want to talk about a couple that jumped out to us primarily as the most useful based on what our prospects and customers' common challenges seem to be. So while there's a lot of AI out there that can, do a lot of neat stuff, what are some common threads based on things that we hear and talk about a lot with our clients and challenges that they're trying to solve for? And two, really jumped out at us, and those are going to be the two that we talk about today. So, first things first, data integrity and data hygiene is always a thing. So assuming that your database is in good shape, meaning you've got clean data, you feel good about the usefulness of it. Commonly where we go from here is, what's missing? What are some gaps that we can fill in? And so, Charlie, what do you have to show us?
So putting aside data cleanup, and we'll do a future video on some of the new stuff that came out with Data Hub, which is exciting too. Uh, on the data enrichment side, the one that I think we've been seeing value with the most right now is using Data Agent to create smart properties. So a way to think about this is you have all your properties that are in HubSpot. Data Agent can create new properties with just like natural language prompts, and these could be things that are either pulling in unstructured data, so like notes, call transcripts, tasks, meeting notes, or third party like web research for enriched data, the things you might want to know. I can pull it up and we'll take a look at how this works, but it's pretty cool. So for us, we work with clients and primarily we're using HubSpot as our CRM of choice. So as we're doing prospecting and nurturing, in our case, we want to know who is using HubSpot, right? And it's not always
Mhm.
obvious when companies come in. So what I did is we're in Data Agent here. I created with Data Agent a prompt to do web research and look, is a company currently using HubSpot? It took me a minute basically to put in the prompt and create this. And then once you're done, it goes and creates the property. And then you can go and enrich your companies with that new smart property with a click. So, you can imagine all the use cases there from um, prospecting, segmenting, reporting. Are we getting the right types of companies in our database?
Sure. I was going to say even mentions of budget within conversations. So you've got points of reference there, or if other people from a decision-making standpoint are involved in the process, getting them added as contacts on that record too.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
I'm just thinking about other, types of clients like consultants who want to know, who's investing in leadership development or who has a board of directors, like all of these things that are not inherent in the company, getting that ported in to give them a better view is a huge benefit.
Yeah. And it's funny, like so you mentioned that like all of that is kind of like secret intel that, you know, is not a true structured property that people are entering. And similar thinking to, secrets hiding. I was on a AI webinar last week, and one of the prompts and questions to get everybody talking was what secrets, like what's the biggest secret hiding in your CRM right now?
Hmm.
And there were so many answers around, yeah, things like buying committee or who's likely to churn or who are maybe old prospects or lost customers that we should follow up with or folks that we never heard back from or like, where and how can we find new deals with folks already in the database?
Yep.
Um, and I thought that was an interesting tee up to the other agent that we thought was pretty neat.
Yeah. Deal loss agent. Right.
Deal
I mean,
loss
that's
agent.
that's probably one of the top ones. Like we have all these deals. Some of those deals are never coming back. Some of them it's like it's a not now thing or it just wasn't right in the moment, but it's worth revisiting. So how do we stay on top of those? How do we know which ones to come back to and prioritize. So deal loss agent, I mean, there's a lot of ways you can kind of use this. I think what we've been digging into the most, and I'll pull it up, is analyzing lost deals like from a very basic standpoint provides some super interesting insights. So we've been running this ourselves on our own pipeline. I mean, this is real data. And just asking things like, okay, over the past 60 days, um, what are the key drivers that are causing us to lose deals?
Hmm.
Um, and Jill, you and I keep a pretty tight pulse on this. We talk about it every week at least, but I don't know about you. I think seeing this like on a document like this that goes this in depth and is this organized. I mean,
It
there were some
confirms a
new
lot of
insights.
suspicions and anecdotal evidence that we have in our conversations. Yeah.
Right. It takes it from like my gut is that we're getting a lot of, you know, uh, funding delays and budget limitations. And sure enough, yeah, like
Yep.
it's another
We're
thing to
hearing
see it
that.
like,
It's true. Yeah.
yeah, that's happening. So it gives all kinds of breakdowns, it
By
starts high
segment.
level
Hmm.
segments. It even gives specific quotes. So it's pretty contextual. And obviously part of this comes back to not only good data, but complete data. Like if you're logging your meetings and you're embedding your transcripts into HubSpot, that's much richer data for this to analyze.
For sure. Yeah, the explicit client quotes and feedback are great from like a rep and training standpoint, and also like, yeah, high level managerial standpoint to understand, okay, what are key patterns? What do we need to address, maybe sooner based on common themes or questions that we're fielding, and from, yeah, a sales management and coaching perspective, that's really powerful stuff.
Totally. Like the to go from what you just saw to these are my next steps is a much smaller gap than like I feel like budget just hasn't been there. And then it's like, okay, so what?
Yeah, run at that head on sooner. Yep,
Yeah.
for sure. Cool.
Mhm.
Well, Charlie, thanks for showing us the data agent and the deal loss agent. Like we said, we thought those were two of the most interesting ones, and especially two with very real and immediate use cases and value for our clients as well. And looking forward to talking about what's next, like you mentioned with the data hub and just some of the co-pilot stuff that we're testing out too.
Yeah, lots more to come. Thanks, Jill.